So, hi, friends. I have my guest here today, and I'm his guest today. Is my husband Tim of 20 freaking years.
Yeah, in a couple of days we'll be celebrating 20 years. That's
It's
crazy.
wild. Do you still feel like we just got married?
No, because when I look at the pictures, they're a little cringy.
They
You know
are.
they're cringy.
I looked at the
So much
pictures
changed. So
like
much changed.
15 plus years ago is cringe, like extra cringe.
Yeah. It's like we had to live together for 5 years. I feel like okay, there's one way, the way your parents bring you. Okay, it feels like our parents brought us up cringy a little bit. All right, I blame parents, not us. And then once we got together, 5 years
Now we're
later,
no longer cringy.
we put each other in check.
In check.
Okay. We were, and this is actually what we were going to talk about this time, and like
No, I just think like
honesty and
we change within time. I bet this is gonna be cringy at some point.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving ourselves too much credit.
Okay, so today's topic, I this has been very big on our hearts and very intense on our hearts, I would say. Like a lot of our friends around us or like people around us, which is so interesting. This like 20-year marriage mark, people are turning 40. A lot of people are getting divorced. People that you never expect. People close to us. People are so close to us that like it literally last year was just the hardest year of our life because we watched people just shatter into pieces.
And I'm not just, we're not just talking about our immediate friends, Slavic people. Yes, that's true. But also like our American friends, like like a lot of people around us. It's like the moment they hit 40, I'm gone.
Or like 20 years of marriage. That was wild. One of my
Yeah.
friends told me this recently, like earlier in the year. And she was like, Natalia, you're getting to an age where people will start divorcing. And I was like, not in my community, not my friends. Everybody around me are so perfect. And whoa, all hell broke loose. And now I'm like shocked because it's like, it's people that we are so close to, people that we love so much.
Well, and people like I'd like to say that we're smart. We observe people. We can tell when things are a little shaky. Even in the beginning of marriage, I'm like, all right, I hope the best for this couple, but it doesn't look like they're gonna last too long. But we're talking about people that we didn't expect.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that this topic that we want to talk about honesty, and I'm not saying that this topic is specifically their issue, but I just in general, I feel like for our marriage, that was like the key to success. And I really want to like we're so passionate about marriage. Marriage is like the front how do you say it?
Forefront.
Yes, thank you. You're reading my mind.
Okay.
Of our like, so marriage is like on top of our mind so much. Like I can't even say that word what you just said, but like, and a lot of the friends around me, they always say like you should be talking about marriage to other people. So like we're gonna talk about marriage because
we're
it's
not
so
gonna,
important.
Okay, so what this is not going to be, it's not going to be us judging anyone. Absolutely. Let me just say absolutely not.
Disclaimers.
Okay, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, right? This is just talking about what we think is a red flag, and a lot of it is actually going to surprise you because I have a very non-traditional way of looking at things, and you can't pitch me from there, but you may need to somehow stop me because I can be too honest. I do think there's some non-traditional ways that people hurt themselves, and we just want to talk about that, right? We're not perfect, but yeah.
So okay, let's dive into honesty. Do you want to start? Do you have any? I see you have notes, and I have notes.
I have
Both of us are so prepared.
I have statistics, so I was just.
Do you want to start with the statistics, or do you want me to hit it off with like one of my first topics?
Hit it off with your first topic.
So I guess why is honesty so important to us? Like, why do we want to talk about it?
First of all, your probably first question is what do I think is the foundation of a good marriage, right? Because when you say honesty, there are couples that would come and tell you like, no, honesty is not the foundation of a marriage. And I'll remind you because you probably remember that conversation. A long time ago, we talked to a couple and they said, well, you don't want to talk about your exes. You don't want to
I know this moment. I was literally, before you even said it, I was thinking it already.
Yeah. And that was interesting. Okay. Natalia and I, we don't have exes. Well, I mean, we obviously had other choices and opportunities, but we never like actively dated.
Not at least like physically, but on dates. Like we
Yeah,
had crushes,
yeah.
I
Like, I
would
mean,
say.
I did not hold hands or smooch
No, we
anyone
were
else.
just so
Yeah.
innocent.
So I mean, you could
We're
theoretically say we're
smooching together.
right. Whatever. Okay. I don't want to set too high expectations for anybody, but what was the question? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So some people are directly saying no. You should not be too honest in front of your person, significant other, because you're just bringing up the pain point. Or there are, I know guys in general, they're saying my wife should not know what I do behind closed doors. How is that going to benefit our marriage, right? Um, what do you first of all, what do you have to say to that?
To that, like, well,
Is
I actually think you truly would never know the person. Like, you would never know who the person is unless they like dump it all on you. And at one
yeah.
point of our marriage, you basically dumped it all on me, and I was like,
Well, and and it's cool
and it
because
sounds really bad. Like my reaction sounds really bad. You're still very, very innocent
well,
and like a good guy. It's just like, I think it's
yeah.
important. Like dumping sounds extreme. I think you have to say at the, I'm gonna talk. I have like one of my points is like, you have to find the right time, the right moment, the right situation. You can just dump in the middle, like out of frustration. It can't be frustration to be so honest.
Okay, so stop me if I'm speaking too much. Like I said, I have no necessarily not as good of a filter. So stop me
You don't have
when I have
traditional
to.
ways of thinking about things.
So both of us were raised in would be considered a more conservative environment or a conservative like church upbringing. So a lot of the requirements that are imposed on me to who a man is made me feel like I'm the worst person in the world. And, looking around when I was growing up, I'm like, man, from what I hear from my friends, from what I see around me, I seem like actually a pretty good guy. But based on like
The
the
guidelines.
values or the
Mhm.
guidelines imposed, I felt so perverted and so bad. And I remember I had to do a little interview on before marriage. That would
The crazy part of they do this interviews.
yeah.
Like, can we just like,
And like,
oh,
how do
it's
you
totally
how do you
off
say
topic.
before marriage? What do you have that thing like
Like with the
where we
pastor,
meet?
you
Wait, no, 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 no,
counseling
no,
or
no.
what?
When our families were brought together.
Or like an engagement party.
Like engagement party, right?
Uh huh.
Right before the engagement party, the church, quote unquote, pastors, whatever, or whatever it was, they took me aside and the kind of questions they asked me,
Don't share them. Like
I will
I
not
want.
share them, but I had to lie myself through in order for them to marry us. So I lied. I lied to get married to you. Because in through the marriage, honestly, if I
I
would
hope the
pass their
pastors are watching.
let me
right
just say
now.
this. If I would pass their test, okay, if I would actually be honest, then I would be a non-functioning man. Okay. Those were the requirements. Okay. So I absolutely failed their test through the roof. Okay. And here's the thing. Hopefully all of you guys kind of understand what I mean. As a man going into marriage, I felt like I was extremely perverted because like why is my mind like functioning a certain way? And so when I dump things on you, I just like wanted to be direct with you. Like, look, I have nothing to hide. I feel like I'm really trying to be honest, and I really was honest.
I
But
ha-
this is how I work.
I just hope that like when we're sharing this,
Yeah,
like we're being vulnerable
yeah,
and we're being very honest
yeah,
and very direct. And I think this can relate a lot to people, especially in the Slavic community, the way we grew up. It's the expectations are unrealistic, and like the expectations that are set for, maybe things are changing now, I would say, but
yeah,
like the expectations that were set for us when we were getting married, like one of the examples in like when we went to the church that we went to, like you can't hold hands, you can't hug each other, like the most
that
random
that
stuff. Like
that's minimal. I don't even that's even like
I know, but it's such a nonsense. Like we're
yeah.
married, like
Yeah.
it's nonsense.
I think a lot of the expectations, and so we talked about like the Slavic, conservative church expectations. Americans, they always also have this expectation, like, oh, especially a lot of like the single, never married people online, they have like marriage is supposed to look a certain way. Like you're just, husband's supposed to come in home with flowers and they're supposed to have equal rights and 50% dishes there, 50% dishes there. So like a lot of these like outside views of marriage, I think they're so far off from the truth. Actually, it's funny because anytime you see somebody that's married for like 20 years talk about a problem in marriage, like for example, infidelity, right? Cheating.
Yeah.
Somebody with 20 years of marriage, they would look at the same issue very different from a single person that's never been married in their, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this, in their parents' basement, right? And they're going to look at it like, oh, wait, let's talk about it. What led to it. And so, like it's a very different point of view. And so I feel like people a lot of time have a misrepresented point of view of marriage, of what another person is. And that is where I think honesty really comes in.
Okay, so I actually think that we might get some like heat for this whole topic because
Absolutely.
that reminds me of like The View. I followed this girl on TikTok and she shared how you're supposed to be like basically like the sexiest thing for your husband. I'm gonna say it in like the nicest way. And this other person, and this video goes viral, and this other person goes on and says, a young girl, single, never been married, and she says, oh, that's like just like wrong. And your husband's supposed to desire you no matter the way you look. And your husband's supposed, I'm like, whoa, like she's just like, yeah, your husband's supposed to desire you. Your husband is supposed to. But like if you become unattractive and you're 500 pounds, maybe you're not going to be desirable.
Can I share a story? And I expect to get heat for this, okay? I expect you guys to judge me for this, okay? I know a person, okay, it's a friend of a friend, a girl in her early 20s, it was from a while back, you'll never guess who it is, who never shaved her hands, her feet. Yeah, she never shaved.
Who shaves their hands?
And feet. Well, she was very hairy. She was very hairy.
Maybe laser hair?
Didn't do makeup. Which is, I'm not like too much for makeup. I think, we should embrace natural beauty. But her argument was, I want the guy to love me for who I am.
How do you know her feet were not shaved? Like not feet, legs, maybe.
Is a friend of a friend. Trust me, I had some like close sources. But the thing is, 20 years later, she's not married. Just telling you this is.
It's a little extreme. Like not many people do that though.
That was to your point. The men should like you as
the way you are. But they're talking, this person is like talking in like a marriage environment. Like you're married, he's dedicated to you. And now like, too bad. Like you can never, ever, ever not like the wife.
I don't think this is honesty. It's like, like we talk a lot about, even things like body augmentation. Let me just put in a couple ways.
Like
just
surgeries?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I told you, like, I'm actually like, I love the way you look. Obviously, you and I have imperfections, but it's a lot of those. They say the scars are almost like this. What do you call them? Like prizes that you wear to show that you bear my children. So a lot of what I see on you is just, I feel so much love, but at the same time, we have those conversations when I tell you.
Or like when I gain weight.
Yeah.
Weight is a big deal. And like weight is a big deal in like Tim's family. Like to a point where everybody talks about weight all the time. My family does not care about weight.
Well, that's true. Well,
so like comparison between my family and your family. So like one of the honest things that Tim had to talk to me about was like the weight. And I was like, it was so hurtful, you guys. Like it was so painful. Like I had the children. It's so hard to get back in shape. And I think if you didn't talk to me about the weight, I would still be 180 pounds. And here's the thing though, like when I lost too much weight, you also were like, well, I
don't like skin and bones. So I don't like
then like I found that like perfect number is 138 pounds. I'm 4 pounds over. Now everybody knows my weight. But like I'm getting there. I'm counting macros. But it's like I was like 135 and you were like, hey, gain 2 pounds. And I was like, seriously?
Well, and this
but
is
you say it in a joking way. It's not like mean. Like I'm totally not offended.
Yeah, I mean, and this is part of honesty. It's like making a cake for each other. Cake. I love you. I love your ingredients. I love who you are. But you can't just say, blah. Here's just the messiest cake in the world. Have fun with it. I mean, you don't feel very. like there's much time put into it, you know?
And so another honest thing I said
Yeah.
to you recently too about your hair.
Yeah.
Like I don't want him to ever do hair restoration again. I do not like I love him shaved,
I'm
which
not
is so
there. I'm not,
shocking.
you know, it takes a whole year
I
for the
know
results
that's not
to
the
kick
point.
in.
Actually, I was kept on looking at your hair today. It looks so freaking good.
No,
like
just wait.
no, but it looks. This is perfect.
I still have like 8 months
Like
before
I think you
the
should.
results.
I think you should get a haircut on the back.
Yeah,
But like it
it's
looks
coming.
so perfect right now. So I found pictures of Tim with like this like longer hair, and I was like, I just realized. So first of all, I was shocked to find out that I love you with bald head. Like I
bald
never
head?
expected to like you with no hair, and I was like, whoa, he's freaking hot. Like, and then
Yeah.
this middle stage where the hair is like this big.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not my favorite. I was like, what the heck is this? Like, I just was kept on
It's
looking.
part of the
I need a
recovery.
contrast.
It's part of recovery.
I know, but it's like now
But
it's like
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
Your hair is so good right
It's
now.
not perfect. It's getting there. It's getting there. I get you.
Well, I don't
But,
know what
okay.
else you want like out of your hair, but like this looks good.
So-
So I could directly tell you that stuff too.
Of course, I would expect everybody can say that. That's not even that hurtful. I guess if
It is
someone
like if it's an insecurity of yours.
that's crazy. No, I think couples should be able to talk about it. But I feel like okay, we're scratching the surface level. when
Okay,
we
no,
say
no,
that.
no, no. I know. Like I also have another topic.
I think when you come in, so going back to that conversation, I think when you come into marriage, okay, again, I'm gonna be mentioning stories from long ago, so nobody knows who it is or anything. But we had friends. She was saying that my husband wants it once a week on Sundays, and that's it. And as a man, I looked at Natalia. I'm like, there is no way. And she said like he doesn't look at anybody, he doesn't see anybody, he just
They have a
just-
schedule.
There's a 2 p.m. schedule every week. Well, actually, I know 2 people who said, "Oh, that is insane." Okay, cool. So, but the thing is, I think it's so important. It's so important for couples to be directly honest, even as far as your lifestyle. I'm talking to men. Man, I think we're going to talk about. You have to, as a man, I think you have
It's
to have
so
good
uncomfortable.
grounds. No.
I just can't.
Okay.
Can I run away?
I think, and I genuinely think, men need to be 100% honest if they with their sex life. 100%. Okay, what they do behind those closed doors, what their thought process is. I think there needs to be in marriage. There needs to be ground, and I'm gonna be slightly more and more controversial here. Absolutely, there needs to be grounds where a man can feel comfortable saying exactly who he looked at, why he looked at, and it's almost like needs to be like a place where both of you create like a therapy session where both of you can discuss each other. Because what you will understand is that her and him are so different from each other. And really what happens is couples don't have the right expectations and don't understand how each
Can I
other
add
work.
to this?
Yeah.
As uncomfortable as like I really like feel so exposed right now. I don't
Yeah.
like talking about this,
Well-
but I also think it's really helpful. Like I am so passionate about like
Yeah.
marriage right now that I'm like, you guys just you're gonna crucify us. But like based on what you just said, I think as a female, you'll never truly know who the guy is unless he is that honest. And it's as uncomfortable this conversation can be. Like, how would you ever know who the partner is if they're not telling you what truly they are? What they're like fantasizing about, what they're wanting, what they're talking about. Can I also add one more thing to the honesty? Do you want to add something? You can go ahead. Your face speaks
As
it
an
all.
example, I just remember something. We're out camping many, many years ago, and there's a dude walk into a restroom with a phone book many years ago. And like right away, I mean, she knew it why, I knew it why, we just laughed about it. And a woman sitting next to us, she's like, what's funny? I'm like, you seriously don't know. And this is almost like a sign that she was married for a long time. She didn't even know what a man was. And the only reason why you're at a campsite carrying a phone book to a restroom, like if you're a wife and you don't know that, I have to tell you that you and your husband do not know how people function. Okay.
Well, but
you have
that's
to be
not like something people should do.
I'm not.
It almost
Well,
sounds like
I'm
it's
not telling every couple to grab phone books and live in separate, rooms. What I'm saying is you should be so 100% transparent that you as a woman know and understand a
how men
man
function.
as much as a man does. And both of you, not him behind the closed doors trying to think to himself, oh, just she doesn't understand me. Oh, nobody understands me. But you two have to talk about the fetishes. I'm sorry. The goals, the thoughts behind it. Because as a man, when you're growing up, you don't understand yourself either. You're out there, like, yes, you're inside this body, but you don't understand yourself as much as the woman that doesn't understand
Well,
you.
women can also have fetishes too.
Absolutely. Oh, it goes both ways.
But can I talk about like all of this stuff that you're sharing? So imagine a husband coming and dumping this on the wife. Two things that I witnessed. And in general, I think it's so important to create safe space for your partner to share this stuff. Like if Tim came and said to me certain things, and I'll be like thinking like, oh, dude, you need to pray. Oh, dude, you need to get a life. Oh, there's
Counseling. You need counseling.
like,
You need rehab. Oh,
like
this is
you
what
need
happens
rehab.
with-
Yeah.
Yes, rehab. A lot of
But
women.
we
ready
make
to-
you sound like you're a monster. You're not. Like you're
Here's-
just.
here's
Can
what
I
I'm gonna
can I
tell you.
finish my thought process?
Okay, just give me.
Okay.
Okay. I think the most successful marriages will be by people who will fail
The statistics of
the perfect test. It is the imperfect couples, people that on paper are going to look like, oh my gosh, you guys are crazy, are the people that are going to survive the marriage because they will, oh goodness, they will really, what is it, accompany each other's desires. Okay.
okay. I just don't want to like draw you as like a monster because you're definitely not. You're
I
like
think all of us are monsters. It's really, it's true.
okay, but going back to safe space, can we talk about that? It's so important. So I witnessed a couple. I tend to go for the heart, and like a lot of the times when you like sit down, have a coffee with me, I'll be like digging for your feelings, emotions,
Unintentionally.
unintentionally. But that's like that's what I tend to do. People call me therapist very often, and people really open up to me. And one of the times I was sitting with a couple and they were like, there was a marriage thing they were talking about very lightly. And I asked them a few questions and, it opened them up. And this was like a situation. And the husband expressed what he was feeling about that situation. And the wife just went for him in front of me. And it made me feel so uncomfortable because
Destroyed him.
destroyed him to pieces. You could see his like whole face shutting down, and you could see that she didn't create safe space. What he was saying was not bad, but it was just the way she responded. It like I always call this. I was like, "You're not creating safe space for me to be myself."
This
be
is the
honest.
thing.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, okay.
I know you're excited, and so like it is so important. Like we will never ever know. Like for example, Tim and my weight. If I never create a safe space for me to talk, for him to talk to me about my weight very directly, I would never know. I would never be his ideal woman. I would never know what's important to him. I would never know because I would attack him back. I could have, like, I had options. Like, I had children. I have excuses. We're running a business together, but I'm very busy. I'm working. Like we have a team. I'm always so busy. Like I have no time for myself. I could have made all these excuses and just like attacked you back. But creating that safe space and truly hearing where he was coming from, he wasn't being rude. It was just important to him. He wanted to be attracted to me.
I was confused. I'm like, I don't even know why I function this way, but here it goes.
And so I think safe space is so important. So one of the girls I was talking to recently, she was saying, I don't even know if I can allow my husband to say stuff like that to me directly. Well, if he can't say that directly to you, then how do you know what he's thinking? How do you know from 10 years from now, he's not going to explode? Like, how do you know that's not going to be the case? And that is the biggest problem. I think not creating a safe space sets you up for such a failure in marriage.
Can I say this? So a lot of times men don't explode. They don't. But what they do is called implode. Do you know what's implode?
No.
Internally, you blow up. And this is what happens. You know predators? That's implosion. Do you know people that start
That's like
drinking?
next level. Oh, drinking, yeah.
That's implosion. People doing drugs, That's implosion. Explosion, when you become abusive, when you
Well,
start
there's people cheat.
cheating. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's explosion. But there are implosions. And people are like, no, my husband's not cheating, but he's a closet drinker, right? That's an implosion.
You call them vents. Everybody
I
needs a
call them
vent.
vents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every man needs a vent. And here's another thing I was just going to add when I got really excited. Um, I think if you are transparent with your husband, the worse the husband looks to you, like the more you go like, oh my gosh, don't tell me anymore. I can't take it about you. It just means the more transparent he is. Now it has a little bit of the edges, right? Okay. As long as what he's saying, it doesn't involve hurting other people. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Hurting
again,
you.
hurting you, hurting other people, that's okay. Okay. You can work with him. You can understand him. You can plan out with him, right? There's certain things like obviously as humans, we cannot do things that hurt other people.
Also,
right?
like if his checklist is crazy out there, it doesn't mean that you have to achieve everything on a checklist.
Absolutely
You can
not.
work together on it. Like you can create that checklist together and see what achievable that was achievable. But it doesn't mean that you have to be
Ideas, yeah.
slave to his checklist. Like I'm still never
Yeah.
gonna be perfect for Tim. And it's okay. It's okay as long as you know his expectations or he knows my expectations.
I mean, we had those talks. I'm like, honey, this is what I want to do.
And I'm like, nope.
No, that's not how I work. And that's fine. And that's fine. This is a conversation that, you will probably have many times like, oh, how about now? No, not now either. And so like, it's fine. But at the end of the day, you as a man, I know she loves me and she's genuinely trying to become that person that she's trying to cover everything that I ever want. And I want to likewise do the same for her. And again, that's something you should be 100% transparent. So my belief is that the more of a monster you are on or you
Outside.
sound as a monster outside, right? The more of a teddy bear you are inside. And the more likely you're going to last with marriage. But the more teddy bear you're outside, perfect. You're going to explode or implode. That's it.
Another thing, it's like we make it sound so like inappropriate. I think there's other situations that I think it's important to talk about honesty, like women that shop secretly from their husband. We don't have that issue. So you're like, what is this?
Just living separate lives.
Like,
This is
living
completely
separate lives.
separation.
I had a friend a while back that bought Costco canned soup and put it in a pot and warmed it up, and because the husband liked homemade meals. And she was like, well, he will never know. Like things that are so simple, like any kind of secret you create is a separation.
What happens when that husband finds out that she's been doing that? It's a loss in trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's absolutely better to sound horrible at first and then make it up than it is to say things perfectly and then lose the trust. It's the worst to lose the trust.
Yeah.
Number two, he will not feel special. That's a half-ass effort. And he's going to feel like he's half-ass in front of her eyes. And he's going to look for
I
someone.
mean, it doesn't mean that
that
she has to make
loves him
soup
more.
every time. She
It
could be
doesn't.
honest and like be like, hey, I couldn't make soup today.
100%.
But it's like,
Yeah.
you don't have to buy canned soup and
That
lie
is-
about it.
It's so much better, so much by far to just say no. Just say no. And that's it. It's going to suck in the meantime.
You have to also say no in like not like a harsh way, because that can create conflict.
Even in
that
a
can
harsh way, saying no, I think will be better than just lying, straight up lying.
Well, then you have to. This creates like other layers of marriage that you have to talk about, like love languages. What's important to a person? If you constantly say no to their love language, that's also gonna suck. It's like honesty is one of the most important things,
it's
but
by far the
but
most
the
important.
legs.
Well,
So
abuse
let's think about
is also
Spider.
bad, but honesty is so foundational.
Okay, think about Spider. Spider, the whole body is the honesty, and the legs are also important because Spider can't survive without legs.
I don't like that analogy. Okay.
I know you like
The whole
analogies.
spider has to go, but I got you. I got you.
But okay, one more thing I was gonna say about honesty and I forgot. And you interrupted.
You talked about shopping,
No, that's
credit
not-
card, shopping, bank accounts. Should bank accounts be separate?
Oh no! Like, are you kidding me?
What if she's a big shopper?
No, like you have to know. Like, let her take care of the bills if she's a big shopper.
That is a good. That's a good thing. Yeah, actually, if you let if and it goes both ways, right? We have the guys that are like spenders and women
You are
that
a
are spenders.
spender.
Both
buy
of us
toys
know.
like this.
No, yeah, it's just business related. I mean, honestly, both of
Yeah,
us
today I
know.
looked at the business credit card and I was like, Tim, what have you been buying? And then actually I looked at the credit card and it's actually most of my stuff.
Okay, okay. But actually taking care of bills makes you not want to shop. It's true.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
little bit
So
like,
it's a
oh my
little
gosh,
hack.
we need to tailor it together. I
Okay.
was gonna say something else about honesty. I don't want to make it all sexualized. Like, I want to talk about it in general.
It's
Like,
not. See, the thing is, it's not necessarily sexualized, but I think a lot of it is driven this way, that way, or at least the way men think. Um,
it's not.
it-
Like, I think for men maybe, but I think for women it's beyond that. Like being
because
honest. Like when.
because intimate relationship is what how men feel the love being expressed to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's words of like what do you call it? Like
Words of affirmation.
affirmation or
Mm-hmm.
worship. Men love being worshipped, right? Um, and like
Praise.
praise. Thank you. Both will work. Uh, and also the intimate relationship because that's how they feel wanted.
That might be your
Served.
love language though. Like you're sharing two
That
love
is a
languages.
that is a love language for all the men. Jeez.
Okay, actually,
So that's why it's a big part of it.
I want to bring back like the safe space. So I was watching, and I don't necessarily. I've been talking to you about this a little bit. Mimi Icon and Alex Icon. I follow them for a long
They
time.
have a podcast or something. Right?
They have a
You said
podcast that they
Okay.
recently released about their separation,
And how long have they been married
and they were very
together?
honest. That's the crazy
Were they
part.
married for a while?
15 years or
Okay,
17 years
yeah.
for a long time. They're very honest, and I
Okay.
really liked how. Basically, you guys can go watch it. Find it, Mimi and Alex Icon on YouTube. But the core of their thing was she felt like she was craving passion. Like she couldn't get it in her marriage. Maybe I'm mispronounced. Like maybe I'm missaying this, but kind of like the core of the issue was. And when she found somebody that she was attracted to, she directly told him, and he created a safe space. He didn't judge her. He was like understanding. He was like, I'm gonna step up my game, and I need to like encouraged him,
That's crazy.
and that's hurtful, right? Like,
That I
can
would
you
feel-
imagine? I come to you and I'm like, this man is so like. She basically told him, I fell in love with somebody else, love at first sight.
I would feel so betrayed.
Well, you feel betrayed, but that was her honest feeling, and you want her to be honest, right?
That's
So
true.
they didn't do it, and Alex asked her, "It's like, did you do anything?" And she said, "No, but I feel this, like I can't sleep. I'm thinking about this man, blah blah blah." Which I
That's
don't
even
agree
worse.
with. I'm not like condoning it.
But
I'm not saying
props for being honest. That
like,
is that is so important.
so that part I want to take out. Like, I love that she was honest.
Yeah.
She didn't like follow through her feelings. She went to her husband was her best friend, so she went and told him. And he reacted was like, I better step it up. It was hurtful. It was hard. I think like they probably
I
had
think
like
both of them at that point
frustration.
should step it up.
Right?
Right?
Well,
because
I'm not
she's
condoning her
learning
behavior.
things about her she didn't know, and then he's finding out things about her he didn't
Okay,
know,
so
right?
based
Both
on
of them.
that, when I had Ethan, there was a man that gave me a compliment
Yeah,
that I look good. And
he was such a
stop. See, you're hurt. Like, stop. That doesn't matter. The man is out of the picture.
he was a cheater. He
Tim,
loved to
cut
go
this
after
out.
people's
It's that
wives.
important.
He
Stop.
loved to go after people's spouses. Like that
Can
was
I-
his full time hobby. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm going to start over.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you got it off of your chest. Cut that out.
No, I'm not.
So, based on creating a safe space, right after I had Ethan, you're giggling already. There was a man that gave me a compliment that I look good, and instead of hiding that compliment from you, you're like laughing.
He was ugly. Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Ooh, if you had kids by him, ooh, you'd have a hard time looking
See, you're
at them.
hurting, but that's besides the point. And he gave me a compliment, and I was like, wow, like actually, I still got it. Like, because as a mom, as a female that had 2 kids, like you feel like, oh wow, I still got it. And I was like, Tim, it felt good. Somebody gave me a compliment, but I want to be directly and honest with you.
Yeah, I love
If
that
I
you were so
buried
honest.
that,
Gosh.
you did not like that happened. I did it. Like, I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? Why did I like this compliment from a random person?
that guy started- Okay, in all seriousness, it made me, I really appreciated that you were honest with me. I really appreciated, and I had to explain to you, like,
That's
I
an
mean,
ugly man.
you can do a lot better than that. Okay.
That's not the point. Like I was not
But
even like
it was good. I had to, yeah. Thank you for telling
it's
me
not,
that.
no,
Yeah.
it's not important who it came from.
Uh-huh.
But it was like it was one of those things that like I was like, oh wow, like wow,
Yeah.
I still got it. I still look good.
Yeah, of course. You could have done way better
But
than that.
that's not how you feel. Like that's not the point. Like who cares who it was? It doesn't really matter. Like if it
I
was
know
the
what you mean.
ugliest person, it's
But
just the
that's
timing.
what I understand, because when at the timing, yes, you can get that compliment. And you're like, oh, okay, why
And
am
it,
I suffering here when people think I got it? You know?
yeah, and if it's like inappropriate a joke from somebody else, like another man, that happened like last year. Somebody said an inappropriate joke in a group setting, but like nobody else heard it. I repeated it in a group setting.
Yeah.
And it was an appropriate thing to say to me. And I was just like, I can't believe you just had this haha. And I said it really loudly in a group setting to stop it because I didn't want to create this secret connection with this person that was outside of our marriage. So I think any flirting, any secretive little thing has to come out in the open. And as much as like, it probably feels good for you when another female says a compliment to you. You're like, are you like, it feels like you got it. Like, especially.
Well, yeah, I had a couple things in a corporate setting when
I started showing up at work. I'm kidding.
yeah, especially when you're dressed. No, yeah, when you're dressed up and everything, you're working, and from a side it looks like you have everything figured out.
Well, or what about all the women in my DMs about you?
That's nothing. That's sweet.
Like all the females that are like, Tim is good looking.
No, that's just sweet. That's just sweet messages.
Dude, like some of them are not sweet, honey.
But
some of them are like,
let it be. But the thing is, like, that corporate life, yeah, you have to be honest. So there's nothing, and let me just say this, okay? Maybe that's controversial too. There's nothing necessarily wrong with you if someone gives you a compliment. There's nothing necessarily wrong with you reacting or catching yourself reacting as a woman, like, oh my God, that felt good. I got a compliment, right? Or someone likes me. But what is bad is you keeping it a secret. Because all the infidelities start with a thought, right? And so this is where it's very difficult, I think, to come with each other and say, like, look, this is what I experienced, and I have that feeling that it just triggered me. I think it's hurtful to talk about it, but I think the transparency is what will
even your reaction, like you could, let's say the man was ugly. It was so funny.
I put some sense into it. Like, honey, you can do better than that.
I wasn't trying to do any better, but like, or like I wasn't going for it anyway. But it's like it's hurtful. But you never made me feel like a fool. You never made me feel like I can't come to you and share this stuff with you.
But it also made me feel like I should work a little harder on, making sure I give you all the attention. So
yeah, and like it's a thing. So here's what happens. Like, let's say I was just like, oh, this feels good. Let me build up on this, and let me build up on this. And then I'm creating this other outside world where, guess what? I can build up the same exact thing with my husband. Like, I can build up on it. I can be honest and be like, hey, this is something that felt good. Maybe you should be telling me that I look good. Even the words of like, whatever, compliments don't really, I don't care. But it does feel good when you give me a compliment.
You know what's crazy is like a lot of couples that divorce, they look better after they divorce.
That's true.
And a lot of the things I'm thinking of, like, can't you just do that before the divorce? And maybe you'd never divorce, just like work on yourself for your spouse.
Men are visual beings.
Yeah, I think that would work a lot. I don't know.
Okay.
So I have some statistics
Can we mention how we learn to talk about without judgment?
Oh, how?
I don't know. That's interesting because, like, okay, so somebody's struggling, like, and their partner blows up at them. What would you recommend them? Like, how do you create that safe? I think safe space. This sounds like such a genetic term. Like I always
generic.
Thank you. It's such a random thing, but I always say like create safe space. I should write a book about that. Safe space, like for friendship. If there's a conflict, creating safe space for conversation and friendship, it doesn't need to blow up. Like any relationship, creating safe space.
Man, woman.
Yeah, in
Oh,
every environment, creating safe space with your people that
yeah,
work with you, parents, like safe space for an open
yeah.
communication without blowing up. So how did we create that safe space for
Yeah.
communication?
I'm thinking, why do men not create safe space? A lot of times because they're insecure, and it's just honestly, um, secure man would be like, sure, you want to go for Bob, go ahead. um, but but it's very important. I
But I
think for
think
both. I
women
don't
want to
know.
be fought for sometimes. Like
They do.
when you
Yeah, of
dismiss like a imagine
course.
no no, that sounds actually like if you did that, I probably would be pissed. So like
Okay.
imagine I came to you and I said, hey, this person gave me a compliment. You're like, oh, you want to go for Bob? Go. Like I'll be like, what the heck? He doesn't even hear me.
Well, okay. Look,
That's your first reaction, but that's not what you
yes,
do.
but then I want you to be the happiest being in the world, and that's why I would fight for you.
But like if you literally said go for Bob, I would be like, I would be shattered.
Okay,
That would really hurt my feelings. Keep this in, like please.
fine.
No, like what is the
Okay,
way?
okay, you have a point. You have a point. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. So create a safe space. Uh, both of you create a safe space. Definitely need to talk.
I think timing is everything.
If you think your husband is crazy perverted, oh my god, how much of an
Why do you
idiot
keep
he
talking about
is.
being perverted?
Because I think a lot of couples that are about to get failed, okay, they don't know about each other at all. And that just absolutely boggles my mind. And I feel like the couples are, oh, they're the naughty ones. Oh, they're the bad ones. Oh, these ones are going to divorce for sure. They tend to stick forever because they love each other. They are so transparent with each other. I just think the people that fail the test on paper are going to do good in reality.
You know, it's funny. One of our friends back in the day told me like, at your pace, the way Tim is, like how direct he is, you guys will like what did she said? Like you're gonna have
Issues?
no like group situations.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, that was so messed up. She was like,
and it's
yeah,
like she made you sound like you're a monster, and I was like, group situation. What are you
like
talking
we'll
about?
be
Like,
exchanging
uh,
spouses or whatever.
and
That's
I was
just,
like,
yeah, it's disturbing.
no, you guys, that will never happen.
Yeah,
That's like we're
yeah.
both very, very jealous people,
No, not
and
like that. We're honest about it. The thing is,
no,
like,
we're like
if you're
passionate about loving each
transparent,
other.
you're transparent with that with each other. Nothing is just gonna appear out of nowhere. You're already pretty darn
Yeah, that's not
transparent
our desire.
because, well, yeah, but vice versa. The perfect person was not so
Exactly.
perfect later.
So why is saying I am fine? Like we're having a fight and I close down and I say I'm fine. And like why is that dangerous?
Well, because you close down, right? You're not transparent. So every separation doesn't start that day. It starts years and years before, right? If you look at a tree, two branches, they don't just branch out same day. They start very, very early on at the very bottom. And so I think like when you say that's fine, it's another way of saying don't bother me, I'm not fine.
So what if your partner does that? What would you recommend? Like me and you had that kind of like start of our marriage. You would close down. You'll be like I'm fine.
Well, I don't think you should bug the person right away because
So timing is everything.
it well, at first it means the person's exhausted. The person really needs space. So at the moment, I would definitely give him space. Okay, I don't think you should pound him, pound him, pound him, like bother him, bother him, bother him. They close the door, you break through the
Are
door.
you speaking from
Come in.
experience?
No, I think that the people we have emotionally, we have limits. We can argue so much until we get depleted. But you just wait and pick a better moment and just do baby steps. Another thing I would recommend therapy. And if you can't afford therapy or counseling, then a group therapy or group counseling or attend a class like a
Actually,
marriage
I found
class.
out that there is based on your budget, like they
Yeah,
depending on the state or whatever.
yeah.
I've learned this from one of our friends.
Mhm.
That there is like programs out there, like
Oh,
it's like kind of like a welfare program, but it's
okay.
for couple counseling.
I
So
didn't know
like
that.
look into that. Like if you
That's
can't
cool.
afford it, look into that based on your income. They will give you counseling, whatever you can pay.
But I mean, we've never done one-on-one counseling, but we've done those classes and group settings. And let me tell you this, because us human are 99.9% the same, when even in the group setting, you take away so much.
Mm-hmm.
We've done those like a couple day things where you drive out and do a class. So if you can find anything like this, I think, in school they offer classes,
Okay,
general
well,
classes, but nobody really talks about
okay,
relationship.
based on that, like when we did it, one of our friends was saying like my husband doesn't want to do them because he like we have a perfect marriage. What do you say to that?
What? That's a very insecure husband. I think he's. I cannot fit. I cannot imagine someone saying, I don't need this.
Like people say that. Like
I,
people do not want to face things in marriage, and they will. I know people that say that.
I
They
can
say, "I do not
imagine.
need counseling. I do not need group setting. I do not need any of the
I would
things. Our
imagine
marriage is
maybe a
perfect."
woman saying that, but as a guy, I feel guys always feel misunderstood. And maybe it's just like as a guy, me speaking, because guys always feel like they're too much.
You feel like you're like people will think that I don't understand you. Guys feel
I make
misunderstood.
sure you understand me. But like in group settings, when I went out with guys in general, like always felt like they're not understood in the families.
Oh,
And women
interesting.
feel like it's all perfect. Oh yeah,
So
marriage
you're
is
not
perfect.
speaking based on your own personal experience. Let's clarify that.
I just like I said, 99% of the men, women, whatever, or like guys are the same, women are the same. Um, I am just speaking from like speaking to guys. I mean, like, yeah, literally every single one of them feel misunderstood. And the funny thing is, some guys are like, yeah, I handle it on my own. I do this and this, and another guy's, yeah, she doesn't need to know, and they all feel misunderstood. So the fact that someone will say no to a therapy or counseling or whatever, it means that they're probably insecure and they're like, shush, I'm just going to handle it on my own. I don't have any other explanation.
Interesting. What if you lose trust? How do you rebuild it? I don't think we have experience with
So-
this, so I don't even know.
We're pretty dead honest with each other. And that is the beauty. That is, I would completely recommend everybody to be 100% honest. But if you broke the trust, I don't even know if we're entitled to speak about it. I don't know what you do. It's crazy, next to impossible to do it. Man, I don't even know.
I think you go to therapy.
Yeah,
Don't take our
is-
advice for it because we literally never experienced anything like that. Because of our honesty, I just feel like we're very direct and very honest about everything.
I
Like
would say trust
everything.
is you never break it. If like even infidelity, man, like you can't, like if your spouse doesn't know about it, you don't keep it secret. You bring it up and you say, man, I screwed up. Oh, it's gonna suck. But you don't just like pretend and can't. No, that not at all. 100% everything has to be transparent. We didn't cheat on each other or anything, but oh, actually that happens so often. It's insane. Oh my goodness.
Okay, you want to share your statistics?
I think that infidelity happens so frequently. I don't
People
have
can look
statistics
up.
for that.
No, people can look up at the statistic.
Yeah.
What other
I think the
statistics do you have?
statistics are wrong based on how much I know. I like it has to be at least 50% that people that cheat. It has to be. It's just like the amount of stories I've heard.
Maybe you
from
surround
direct
yourself with bad
stories.
people.
Right? No, jeez.
I'm just hopeful that people have good marriages. That's all.
Yeah. It's insane. And like, back in our parents' ages, it used to be like everybody, don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. And I guess it's like that kind of now too, right? And it's like, by the way, the neighbor's kid, that's not really the dad. Or
But that was very,
It's
very.
insane.
It was crazy because it was common in like
Yeah.
Slavic culture, and especially back in Ukraine.
Yeah.
The whole like village was interacted
Yeah.
together. It was
Yeah.
so
It's-
weird.
but nobody knew. It's just,
Nobody
it's
knew.
crazy.
Everybody pretended like it didn't
I
happen.
feel like it's such a big thing. I don't know. The numbers are huge. And gosh,
Let's just move on.
it's
Statistics.
okay. So I'm going to share some statistics with you. And I want you to tell me why you think it's like that.
Oh, interesting.
So one statistic is profession with the highest divorce rate.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So on average, I actually don't know what the average divorce rate
Oh,
is.
you don't want me to guess?
No. no.
Okay, you have statistics.
So I'm going to give you statistics for professions with the highest divorce rate. Okay. Number one, dancers. 45%, 43% divorce rate.
That's interesting
Makes sense. Number two, bartenders.
because they flirt.
Probably.
Oh, interesting.
Number three, massage therapists.
That is weird.
That's weird. My mom was a massage therapist. I cannot imagine.
That's just gross.
Maybe
like-
they're talking about different kind of massage therapists. I don't know. Number four, And number 5, gaming cage workers and gaming service workers, or people working in casinos. It's a little over.
So all those things are,
Yeah.
well, besides massage, like a dirty industry. Keep going.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a little trash. Don't put yourself in a trashy situation.
professions with the lowest divorce rates, farmers, seven
They're
something
exhausted.
percent.
They're exhausted.
Then followed by podiatrists. It's
What
like a
is that?
food and ankle doctor. Podiatrists. They're also like
That's
six.
so random.
Oh, even less. And then clergy, people working in church.
Wow.
Yeah. Followed
Honest
by
people.
optometrists. That's an interesting optometrist. It's optometrist and podiatrist. What are you doing? And then agricultural engineers, which are like they work on the farm.
Yeah, they're
like
tired.
engineers. Yeah, huh?
They're tired.
Tired.
They don't have energy
So
for.
why do you think farmers, people
Because
working in
they're
church,
tired.
and then like some medical people, podiatrists and optometrists, have the lowest divorce rates versus dancers, bartenders, and
Well, I think the first part of it is like the dirty industry. Like just the crowd that you're around is not very good influence. So that means that put yourself around good influential people. The rest of the industries that don't have a high divorce rate, I think it's just gross.
I think. Can I answer?
Like
it? Can I
whoever
answer it slightly
working with
different?
feet, I just does not sound
Can I work it
attractive.
slightly different? If you notice something interesting, people on the higher divorce rates, they look better on the outside. Dancers, bartenders.
I disagree. Well, they may
in a
look good,
hotel,
but like,
it's more of the appeal, physical appeal.
well, if you're
You're a good dancer,
yeah, rubbing against somebody, like
right? You got
can
experience,
be, yeah,
right?
you can be in a bad situation.
But farmers is more like you're just a hardworking
You're tired,
person,
honey.
tired.
Like my dad was a farmer. You're literally just fall over and you go to
I'll be
sleep and you just get up and you keep on working. I think farmers are tired. It's like such a hard working job.
So the podiatrist, the foot doctor, and optometrist.
That's weird.
Now I think maybe that's a certain. Maybe it's a certain cultural. People from certain cultures are more likely to maybe acclaim that profession, and maybe those cultures
Mormons?
don't. Huh?
Mormons. I know a few men
That is
Mormons.
not like what I mean, but who knows? Actually, maybe. And then maybe they have lower divorce rates. But
Maybe
just
that's
because
so
in their
random.
culture, like their culture, everybody's a doctor and they have low divorce rates. Maybe that's what it is.
I was literally
don't know.
expecting divorce attorney to be on the list.
Divorce attorney. That's interesting. Actually, so these statistics come from a divorce attorney's website, Wilkinson and Finbainer, that compiled over 115 studies.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So, okay. So don't marry someone based on their looks solely. And so we done a little bit of the marriage counseling, and there were topics. They were asking how they met, and some people were like, "Yeah, we met because we both were serving people or preparing lunch for a camp." That's good. Both of them are servants.
That's what we tell our kids. Go
Yeah.
volunteer.
Yeah, go volunteer. Find a girl that volunteers. You know she's going to be giving instead of taking. And there are some people who are like, oh yeah, she was so hot, the chick. And I had my friend, approach her, and I said, hey, you look so hot. And she's like, oh, you look not bad yourself. Those people don't last very long. And that's just true.
Well, you can build up on that. Depends where you go with that.
Yeah. But definitely you wanna.
Because I know some people that were like solely based on looks and they have a happy marriage.
But I think, I think you have to love somebody by heart. Even
Oh
the
yeah,
farmer.
like but the look can get you like it can trigger you. Like, oh whoa, like that person looks so good. Where else is there?
Nothing else. Nothing else is the
no,
problem.
no. I disagree with you there,
Really. She's
I totally
a great
disagree.
dancer.
honey.
Yeah,
You're summarizing by dancers or whoever is
know.
on your list, but there are people
I'd
that
like
I
to know your guys'
personally
opinion.
know.
That's interesting.
I personally know somebody
okay.
that
I know
literally
I
married.
know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay. Grounds for people's divorce. Okay. Number 1, lack of commitment. 73% of the people divorce because of lack of commitment. Number 2, 56% of people divorce because they argue too much. Number 3,
They're not creating safe space.
okay. 55% of the people are divorced due to infidelity.
What is
55%.
55? Wow.
55. Okay.
Well, that's commitment.
46% of the people divorce because they married too young. I think that's an excuse.
I
I
think
think they
that's
just
so
want to
lame.
party.
I think that's
doesn't
so
happen.
lame.
Yeah.
Like, disagree. I encourage you to get married young. It's the biggest blessing.
We'll come back to that. That's interesting. 45% of the people divorce because they have unrealistic expectations. That's because they're not transparent. They were expecting each other to
No,
behave
you could.
different, no?
I could expect you to bring me flowers. It doesn't mean that you're gonna bring them to me. It's not.
Mm,
It's not directly.
that's interesting. 44% of people, almost there,
Ooh.
divorce. 45% lack of equality in relationship.
Powerhouse. Too
That's
many powerful
interesting.
people.
Yeah.
Not creating space for each other.
41% of the people are divorced because lack of preparation for marriage. 41%. That's weird.
How do you prepare?
And 25% domestic violence, which is unacceptable. I
You
think
should divorce.
People should divorce in domestic violence.
That's
They
the only
absolutely should not be.
time. I'm really big on saving marriage whenever you can. I also think that if you can get over infidelity, you should save marriage. That's like my personal belief.
It's doable. Yeah.
But whenever it comes to
Domestic
violence,
abuse.
any kind
Especially-
of abuse, mental, physical,
Yeah.
I think you should get out.
Especially abuse against your children, and you know what I'm talking about. That's absolutely should not stay.
Like
that is
any
not
kind
right.
of abuse. Abusive person is
Which I'm
not
still
safe for anybody.
Amazed by this puzzle. How
Okay, but
frequently
can
it
we?
happens.
I think the marriage young, that should be our next topic.
Yeah.
I am so passionate about people getting married young. And I think there is people that divorce. It's like I do agree it's an excuse.
So
but you
speaking
have
of-
to. It's like a full
All right,
on
so
new
I have.
topic.
So you said marrying young is good. So Institute for Family Studies. Okay, they that's what they study, families.
Uh-huh.
They found out that people that marry young, we're talking about before 20, have a more than twice likelihood of getting divorced than people getting married at 30.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe we're just a success story. Maybe we should share our success story.
But
That like blows my mind.
really, I think people at 30, the reason why they divorce less likelihood, some of those are maybe good reasons, right? But some of them is like, well, I don't have any other options. You know how some people are saying like,
Oh.
if I can't get married to anyone else, we make a vow, we're gonna get married.
Oh, like
friend
best
and I,
friends or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'm all done with my questions. You're gonna do rapid fire.
I'll do a few.
Okay.
We always end with rapid fire. Who usually admits that they're wrong first in our marriage?
Oh, in our marriage. No, that's a tough one. I feel like it's me. I have to. You always feel like you apologize first, but I admit things. I'm like, look, maybe I don't understand.
That's not an admitting that you're wrong. That's like saying, I'm sorry, but
So
it's literally the same
you
thing.
apologize first,
But your apology is like,
but you
I may
don't
not
admit
understand.
first.
Well, freaking understand.
Well, according to my calculations, it's never
No,
my fault.
you also say oftentimes you'll say like, you're better at like communicating, so I will never win an argument.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not
think
true. It's like an excuse that you make up.
Here's the thing. My emotions are harder to navigate. You are up and down, up and down. You get upset, you say sorry. Like this
You
is
don't
you.
get periods.
I would. Yeah, I'm on my periods. So I'm up and then I stay that way for a whole 24 hours. No, a little less than that probably. And then like my mind can't comprehend. I don't understand what's going on. I'm upset. This is not right. And it does take me time to, ground myself.
Snap out.
So not snap out. Snapping out is quicker than that. Well, yeah. My emotions, when they get built up, it takes time to do it. So to
I don't like that
calm
time.
down.
I really actually don't like. Do you believe in white
I'm
lies?
getting better. White lies?
Yeah.
No. Like white lies meaning like they're
Little
innocent?
lies.
Little, yeah, no. No lies whatsoever. Absolutely no lies.
You don't hide anything from me.
Like in the moment, if I think it's not right to tell you, I don't necessarily tell you because it'll get you upset, but I'm 100% transparent in the way, like, if you ask me questions, I will tell you. Like, I'm not hiding. No, I think I'm pretty honest.
Have you ever withheld something during like a fight to avoid a fight?
Absolutely.
So you're lying.
Like, withheld at the moment, like, if that's going to piss you off more, of course I avoid it.
So you still don't tell a full truth? Wait a minute.
When I don't feel like, I have moments like, right, I didn't feel desired. I'm upset. And you're like, Tim, why don't you spend time with me? I'm like, just give me space. I didn't say, oh, it's because I don't feel desire. I didn't want to open up my heart at that moment, at that very moment. So I was just like, just give me space. There were moments like that. Yeah.
So
but am I honest? Like,
so
overall,
timing
I'm
is
honest.
everything.
Yeah, I think time is everything. And I mean, again, you're dealing with emotions. Yeah.
Do you deal with that very often?
Engine overheated.
Does engine overheat very often?
Yeah.
It does. You're like, yeah, it
gonna
does.
say, yeah, no, it's not always the same technique to
Dude, I
bring
asked you a
it to
question.
cool,
Does
but,
engine overheat often?
like the emotional. If we're talking about like right here, I mean, not as often lately because we tend to have figured out things more. I feel like within time. So
People
don't
think
get
we
heated
never.
up.
People think that we never have engine overheat.
Oh, like we have heated debates. Absolutely. Yeah.
We probably had a few during this talk.
Yeah. No, not like that.
What does your partner do that? Oh, that's a good one.
Last time we actually had a heated conversation was like a year ago
Very heated? I don't even remember.
when we had to turn around. We were driving
in the
somewhere.
car?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
that's
a year
right.
ago.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
I haven't had it. So we actually, after
it's
that,
been over a year.
we created like a safe word, say that. And like,
Oh yeah, that's a good idea
yeah,
too.
yeah, we create a safe word. And sometimes what happens is I misread.
No,
the
you shut
situation.
down, and I just keep like
Oh,
yapping away, and he's
If
like,
you don't
"What the
stop
heck?"
talking at a certain point, I go, I cannot control the situation. I go crazy. Please,
There's no safe
don't
space for
overdo it.
anybody.
Yeah.
Tim is not hurting anybody, but it's like a little bit scary.
I'm
He snaps.
really chill, but if I snap, everyone hides. I won't hurt anyone physically, but you should hide.
It's a little uncomfortable. That's like the best way to put
Very
it.
rare, very rare though.
Okay, this is a really good question.
You're the nice one.
Okay, what does your partner do that makes it easier for you to open up? Like, so like actually, this is I think if you take away anything from Tim, this is something that it probably would be help. Like talking about like safe space. What do I do that makes it easier? Because not every man can open up.
Okay, so when you say things that make me feel like you care for me, or you love me, or you appreciate me, makes me open up. When you're like, Tim, you're so good at this, like this praise. When you,
I give you a compliment and you're like, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like mucho man, like, oh yeah, so
Mucho, macho.
Or when you tell me like that's not enough, that closes me down.
No, but like in a moment.
I'm
so
not good
let's
enough
say
as a man. That would shut me down.
no. Here's what I'm asking for. I think you're like not following what I'm asking. In a moment,
Oh,
you're sharing
putting me
something
down.
very.
I'm not gonna share. You're putting me down. Okay.
No, it's not in a bad way. I mean, like you're not following what I'm asking in like in a sense of like I have a specific thing that I want you to answer.
Okay.
And
What's the answer?
I don't know the
Tell
answer.
me the answer.
I actually don't know the answer.
Okay.
Like you're honest with me. Like you're opening up. Like remember how I was talking about safe space? How my friend reacted, or like this person reacted to the spouse. Like what is one thing that I do that creates that safe space for
first
you?
of all,
Like
I think men naturally, as a man, I want to open up. I do. I want to open up. Especially
because you're not secretive. But a man that's
let me
like
tell you why.
okay, tell me.
If I envision a future with you, no one else, I will open up. Now, if I envision a future with someone else, and I think like, hey, once our kids are grown up, I don't think we'll be together, I will not open up to you.
No, wait. No. Like good answer, but that's not what I'm asking for.
Naturally, hold up, want to open up to you because that is my only plan for the rest of my life is to live with you.
Okay. you open up to me and I'm like, how dare you? You need to go to hell. How do you feel then? Do you continue opening up?
Yes. So the thing is, the only way I will not open up if you shut it down. That is the only way.
So what does a female need to do not to shut it down? Like what is
Just like, just don't shut it down. Like,
no, but there's
don't
like
be selfish. Try to be understanding. That's it. Try to be understanding.
okay.
That's it. There's not much formula. It will come towards you.
But I don't
if
want to
you
understand
desire
it. Like
to.
I literally like at a point, like you're telling me this, I do not want to understand it. I can't understand it. It's beyond my belief system. It's beyond who I am. And I'm just snapping at you or what is the solution?
So at every given moment, I always have like, oh, I want to share this with you. I want to feel that with you. Oh, actually, even as stupid as things like, I want to show you a dumb TikTok that you don't like. If you say, Tim, this is stupid. I don't like your jokes. I don't like that. That makes me shut down. That makes me not share with you because you don't like my jokes. You don't like who I am. You don't like, you don't like who I am. And yeah, that makes me not want to share more deep things, because if you don't like my day-to-day life, if you don't like my jokes, you're probably not gonna like what I'm about to tell you. So you should probably listen to like my stupid little jokes or my stupid little politics, even if you don't like to hear it all the time.
I really don't like the AI TikToks and politics. Oh, it's exhausting.
Men are very good at that.
And I'm like, that's just like you took away 10 minutes of my life, and life is so short. How dare you? But it's okay. I'm gonna learn how to
We
like
can
it.
talk about vacation.
Do you feel safer being honest right now than 10 years ago? Like 10 years into our marriage?
I mean, so it's a fun fact. So we're going to be celebrating our 20 years in a couple of days here. But at our 10-year anniversary mark, I had to give you an ultimatum.
Yeah, it was a sad day.
Yeah, and it wasn't like
It wasn't directly on anniversary. It was around.
Yeah, but it was a little before that. But I said like, look, this is a requirement. I want to build my relationship with you, and it wasn't like something to hurt somebody. It was. I think it was a very good way of being just completely honest. I don't want to celebrate something that I didn't know if it's going to be. You don't want to celebrate something that you are unsure of. A lot of people have this renew their vows right before divorce. I don't want one of those things. So I was dead honest. Said, look, this is important to me. It's critical. If you want to be with me, that's very important. What's the question?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Oh, are you more honest right now than you were 10 years ago?
And I think since that was that moment where I was straight up honest, 100% honest, no filter. It was more of a shock to you, right? More than like anything, just a shock, because it was written as a letter.
I feel like you slowly were, like way before 10 years, you were honest with me.
And since then, I mean, everything progressed up, I'd say.
It's like you take it or leave it, basically.
Yeah, you take it to leave it. That's it. That's it.
Well, I hope you guys, we encourage some honest conversations, create safe space.
Right.
Be kind to each other.
Wait, I feel like you didn't speak much. I was just answering stuff.
You're the honest one.
So we addressed, like, I know a lot of our viewers are women, and we addressed pretty much a man, right? Most of this time.
Yeah, they can say that to their husband.
So maybe we should change roles, and maybe you should answer
I
some
feel
questions.
like I'm an open book.
Really?
Have you ever?
There's nothing you had to hide from me or hide or.
Well, I've been spending money secretly. Nobody knows about it. But like besides that, I'm kidding. No, I just feel like I shared. I think the biggest thing for me is like creating an environment, creating safe space, even if it hurts. Just kind of like processing slowly. Don't do any crazy reactions. Like if your husband shares something with you, somebody I know, like they packed up their bags and just went to parents' house.
That's
it's
childish.
and it was not even anything extreme. And I was like, he'll never be honest with you. Like he'll never ever once again share anything with you. So I just think that like if you truly don't know your partner, it's really, really hard to build up a relationship.
Yeah.
And Tim is a good husband. I don't want you guys to think he's a bad husband.
But like I said, you gotta fail the report card to have a good marriage. You just have to be Like
He
if I
hasn't.
would have to,
You haven't filled the report
gosh,
card.
let me just
You
say
come
this.
off as if like you were having a second life. Like we just
No, I never had a second life. But look, if you would leave me today because some ugly dude gave you a compliment, I'm just kidding. You know,
so messed up.
I'm kidding.
You know how
But
many
if you
ugly
did,
dudes gave me
but
compliments after that?
I
I
know.
just
Look,
didn't
I
care.
know.
Like that moment, I cared. It was right after
Look,
having
I'll just
kids.
tell you this, okay? If you would leave me, you would not do so bad. You're such a wonderful person, but you would
Oh,
not do bad. Okay, you're beautiful. But let me say, if I was to restart my life right now, I would absolutely, under no circumstance, ever marry a perfect woman. Absolutely never. I would marry someone who is
because you'll be bored.
not just bored, but I know there will be spiders. Okay, you want the most imperfect, someone who's probably like, oh my gosh, why am I so bad? That's what I want because I know there are no spiders hiding.
Honey, you have what you want.
I, I got what I like. I got what I like. I'm not complaining.
Just want to remind you that you have what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Just continue being non-perfect.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm not perfect. And that's what's entertaining to Tim. Um he just would be bored if I was perfect. So I
Well,
keep it.
there's
I'm
no
like, I
surprises
spent too
either,
much
which is
money.
awesome.
Sorry, I'm not
Stop.
perfect.
That's not what we mean. Okay.
I'm just messing around. I don't spend money. Okay, well, what
Yep.
else?
Okay. So question. So let's say someone listened to this podcast and said,
Uh-huh.
man, this is good stuff, good things to take away. We need to be transparent. I don't know my man. I don't know why men take phone books to bathroom and camp bathroom, whatever. So
Stupid.
um, no, I want to restart our marriage in an honest note. How can they do that? They can't just sit the men down and be like, tell me everything. The men will not tell you everything. The woman will not tell you everything.
I think you have to do it slowly. I don't think you should. I personally think that if you dumped a lot of stuff at the same time, it'll be a shock. You can do a little extreme
you cannot
amount.
do it like 10 years later. You can't just dump everything on them.
Yeah, you
No.
can't. It will be
Especially
extreme.
about your exes. Oh, no.
But we're talking about day to day. I think what's important is day to day not hiding stuff, day to day expressing stuff, day to day sharing how you're feeling. I actually think it comes down not only to the man part because we talked about the man part so much. Man part.
What?
We talked about it so like the men in general so
Yeah.
much, but I think day to day how you're feeling, being
Yeah.
honest because I'm okay
Yeah.
doesn't always mean that I'm okay or it's okay, don't worry about it. And all of this, don't worry about it, over time builds up. And then you're like exploding. You're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so an example from my point of
Yeah.
view. I like one of the situations and like the way you reacted to me was really well. I said to you that, hey, honey, I am worried about this in our marriage right now.
Uh-huh.
And I shared that, hey, I want to travel a lot.
Mhm.
I really want to go out there, explore the world. I just want to travel a lot. Like, I want to travel 4 or 5 months out of the year. I don't know, like an extreme amount. I almost want to like downsize in our life and just live. Like, I feel like we live, but live in a
Yeah.
different way.
Mind you, we already have like 12, geez, like 15 a year, 15
Or
trips a year.
probably more like 20. Like, we have a lot of trips,
Yeah.
but that doesn't matter. Like, I just
So
want
if you
to
think
do,
like I'm not up for traveling like 4 times a year, we're talking about like 20.
possibly, it's maybe
Which
even 30.
Which is a continue.
And maybe even 30, maybe even 6 months out of the year. I don't know what that looks like because our boys are growing up. They're about to leave the house. And it may not sound like, just at this level of like, oh, yeah, that's like she wants an extreme life. No, that's what I want. And I'm allowed to want it. And if
Well,
we can
can I
afford
say a
it.
couple of things? The reason why you're allowed to want it is and this maybe not sound like what everyone wants to hear, but you're not creating the financial burden for me personally. Like, Tim, if I have to pay for this, I'll pay for this.
Yeah.
So it's not like, Tim, you stress about it. Yeah, sometimes if you create some stress, you're like, I want the first class tickets. Like, that means I have to work harder. That means I have to vacation less.
So
that
we
means
fly
I can't come
economy.
with you anywhere. Huh?
We fly economy still.
Yeah, we fly economy and we
Unless I can
downsize
figure out the
and
points
it'll be
and
a
stuff
lot
like that.
easier to do it.
But the thing is, it's like I want it and I want to express that I want. I want to be honest with you. So I came to Tim and I said, hey, one of the things that I'm worried about in our marriage right now is that you're not going to be able to keep up with what I want. in the sense of like, I don't want a lot of luxury things. I just want an experiences. I don't care that we live in like villa in Tuscany, which I still like nice vacations. I do like nicer places, but that's not the point. I want this. Are you on board, or is this going to be something that I should worry about? And I said it with like, I literally had a marriage concern. Like, I don't know if you
She
can keep
thought
up
she
with
had
me
more energy, like higher energy drive than I do.
for the travel
Yeah.
part of it.
And what did you
And
come to find out?
you reassured me that you want to do this with me, and you actually have encouraged me to book some cool trips that are coming up.
Yeah.
And you
I
have
said,
been
I don't
very
want to be
encouraged.
at home.
Yeah, you said you don't want to be at home. You want to be with me, and you want to be traveling with me. But to me, that was like a serious concern. I literally was sitting on this for a few weeks, and I was like, I need to tell him how I feel, because if I bottle it up, I will actually start creating, what do you call this?
Oh, like not revenge, but negative thoughts.
It's like, oh my gosh, there's a word for it. Like creating a
To be building a grudge.
grudge.
Yes, I
Oh
knew
my
that.
gosh.
I knew that grudge.
I would build grudge, and like it can grow over time. I can say at 50, be like, dude, I wanted to live this life. Like, I just remember your dad dying, and he was like, he literally was so sick with cancer. He's like, if I could only have one more chance, I would go to Africa. If I could only have one more chance, I would
He
do
was a
this.
traveler.
He was like me, like,
Yeah.
and I was just
And
thinking
I'm
about
his
your
son. I
dad.
got his genes. I want to travel
You
too.
you do too, but like you're a little bit more of a homebody than I am. Just like a little tiny percent more,
Yeah, just
less.
one vacation less.
But I remembered your dad, and I was like, this is all he wanted.
Yeah.
I know we're traveling a lot more than your dad ever did, but
Yeah.
that's all I want, and I do not want to be on my deathbed and be like, oh, I wish I did. I don't care about things. Like, especially this year, I changed my mindset where like, I don't want the next nice purse. I want the next nice trip.
Which made me feel a little at ease if we're going to Europe every time and we're grabbing a purse and flying first class there. Yeah.
I know I'd rather go to Europe 5 times than buying a purse.
And again, this is where
I
you
mean,
have that
how many purses do you
conversation.
need?
This is
Like,
why you have that conversation.
yeah, how many purses do I need? Like, I have the base like line. I have the nude, black, and whatever color. Maybe eventually I would want another purse, but
I
like,
mean, branded purses.
no, I know. Like, but in general, like the reason why I bought Brenda, because it's like a classic, it stays forever, and
it was a
like, I
memory
don't-
we built.
Yeah.
Like we go out somewhere, like, hey, it's lucky.
And how many rings do I need? I don't need any more rings. I have enough. Like necklace. Like, we don't need anything else. Like,
Don't cover that skin. Let's just leave it out.
but so like those are the things that I feel like it's so mild. But if you build up a grudge over time and you can't directly speak with a partner, and safe space again, if your partner is not creating a safe, if you react and you're like, we travel enough, we travel the world, like what else do you want from me? Like, you could have done that, but instead you reassured me that we have a future together.
And to that, I think like if a couples haven't talked for a longer period of time, it will be harder. I'm looking at some of the friends that have lived separate lives for 15, 20 years. I don't know if it could be done without therapy at this point, because that last 15 years, they've separated so much from each other. It sounds bad. I feel like it's easier for them to restart with a separate person. Because they're so different. They'll hate each other once they find out all the things about each other. So yeah, you may need to get therapy for that, but you have to be honest. You can't branch away like the tree. You got to be honest from the very
If you
beginning.
need therapy, reach out to too. Sorry, I'm not joking. I'm just joking.
Right.
I don't know, but I just feel like if people start doing this, like they really, like there's gonna be.
I'm just little. Whenever I hear this stuff, people are like, "Yeah, my wife doesn't know about it." Like, I mean, it doesn't surprise me anymore. It just there's so many people that live separate lives.
I feel like it was like a
but
season that
it's
you
not
had
gonna
this
get you
like
far.
not the best friend group.
Sweetie, that's like everyone. It's like almost everyone. I know it sounds bad. I know you're like, don't say everyone
I'm just
cheats.
so naive.
Like there's so many people. It sucks. It's how it is. It's how it is. Whatever.
Okay.
But honesty is definitely the key.
Honesty is the key, and I would love to hear all the feedback, comments, suggestions, therapy, anything. And we'll come back with another marriage episode.
But you know the crazy thing is, as bad as we looked at this, like at this podcast, right? As bad as we looked,
We're still happy, kind of.
no, we were always honest to each other. This is the biggest thing. Like I'm on the paper, and I really want to look the worst in people's eyes because I don't.
Why
want
do you keep
anyone,
on like? I
I
think
don't want people to have high expectations.
here's the
of me.
thing: you keep on talking about yourself like you're a monster. You're like a normal human being.
But the thing is, we never kissed another person. legitimately
Never kiss another
but each
person.
other. And it doesn't mean we're perfect. We're absolutely not perfect. 100% not perfect.
You can be
But we
non-perfect with each
love,
other.
yes, we love the non-perfect thing about each other. We love it. I love that I'm a monster for her. And you're not a monster. You're just a sweet little thing. But that is
Oh
the
my
way I want to
gosh. Sweet, gentle little thing that lives with the monster.
guys, be dirty with each other, not away from each other.
Oh,
Until next time.
bye. That should be a clip. Be dirty with each other, not away from